Let's get it. All right, all right, all right. My brothers and sisters, my brothers and sisters, I greet you in our ancient Kemetic language, Hotep, which means peace, Amandala, which means power, power to the people. My brothers and sisters, it is a beautiful day, beautiful evening to be alive. I hope you had a great day. Hope you're home relaxing or wherever you are, doing whatever you're doing. Stay safe. All right. And it's always a pleasure to be able to come on and share with you what the Spirit have inspired me to share with my brothers and sisters. As I always say, that the message comes to me first. It's for me. And I feel it's valuable and worthy enough to share it with you. I share with you. And I hope that whatever I share with you will be helpful, enlightening, empowering, and transforming. I ask that you do something for me. It's not going to cost you a dime. Let someone know that you care about and love. Let them know that we're on. All right, because what I have to share, I guarantee you and anyone else that you share this with or who will listen to this tonight, tomorrow, this week, gonna be able to identify with this, and it's something that we all need to work on. All of us needs to work on this. And those of you who may not know my name is James Anyabwile Wilson, and I'm the spiritual leader, spiritual teacher, aka spiritual awakener of the God in Action Ministry spiritual and cultural platform, podcast. You can see us on YouTube, God in Action Ministries Facebook site, and also James Wilson Facebook site. Excuse me, y'all. All right. If you saw or if you looked at the post, the subject or the lesson we're going to deal with is part one. I didn't want to keep y'all. This is part one. I'll probably do part two tomorrow. God gives me life, or the Creator gives me life. Part one, and the subject or the lesson today is stop letting people trigger you. Stop letting people trigger you. All right. And the first thing I want to deal with, what does it mean to be triggered? What do I mean by being triggered? When you're triggered is to cause strong emotional reaction of fear, anger, or worry. All right? To cause strong emotional fear, a reaction of fear, anger, or worry within someone or within yourself. And I want to start off with my launching pad as a story. All right? Just a little story. There was this man, right? And he ran up to this group of people. It was a man with his friends. And as he ran up to him, he started cursing at them, and throwing rocks at them and his friends. And one of the friends, saved the man with his friends. The man, just look at the guy like he was crazy. But the friends, right? One of the friends said, "Yo, why are we gonna let this dude disrespect you? Why are you gonna let this guy disrespect us? I should go over there. Let me go over there and take off his head. Let me go over there and do something to this dude. Let me go over there and put this dude in check." So when you look at the story, the man who was cursing and throwing rocks at that group, obviously he was upset about something, and he wanted to retaliate. He was hurt about something and he wanted to retaliate by humiliating the people or disrespecting the people or even embarrassing those people. I hear people say, and I used to say myself, that hurt people hurt people. That's true to a certain extent, but I want to just add a little bit on to that. People who intentionally hurt people because they was hurt, right? What it is, they really have not dealt with the deep scars, the wounds, or the underlying issues that they have received from traumatic experiences that they had in their life. They have not really dealt with those things. When somebody can just trigger you off like that, or cause you to hurt somebody because you got hurt. That's like being vindictive, And people who intentionally hurt people, you look at them, they usually like they're unrestrained. They have unrestrained emotions. They're easily triggered. They're very reactionary, and they're quickly angered. Do you know anybody like that? The main question is, are you that way? When you find yourself, when I say you, talk to myself too, when you find yourself getting overly emotional or angry at a drop of a dime, or somebody may just rile you up to that point, it's evident that you have allowed someone to bait you in. You know what I'm saying? They've baited you in, they got under your skin, and they had triggered you. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. You may feel like you're justified. You may feel like, that person had it coming to them. You may feel like, no, nobody don't do that to me. Let me tell them what I'm all about. But if you are overly emotional or reactionary, the person that baited you in once again, they got under your skin and they had triggered you. You lost your control of self. No matter how you cut it, no matter how you look at it or try to justify it, you lost control of yourself. You gave too much power over to the person who baited you in, who triggered you and got under your skin. Let me tell you something, my brothers and sisters. Once you hand over your power of control of yourself to someone else, right? You can end up doing things and saying things that you will regret later. Have you ever said things and did things that you regret later because you was triggered, you was overly emotional? I have many times. You know, there's a lot of people who's in jail right now. There's a lot of people who have serious legal problems, and there's a lot of people who have been unalived because someone triggered them, triggered their emotions, and they acted before they was able to think. You got to keep in mind that people cannot make you do anything that you don't want to do. You do things because you chose to do it or you choose to do it. And the lesson today is stop letting people trigger you. Stop handing too much power, your power over to people who don't even care about you, people who don't even know you, people who do not even serve you well, people who do not even have your best interest in mind. Stop letting people trigger you. I have learned a valuable lesson in my 61 years young age. You cannot, and I cannot control what other people do or say. But you are responsible for restraining yourself. You're responsible for having self-control. Are you hearing me? People are going to say, they're going to do, they're going to act, behave the way they want to behave. There's nothing you can do about it. You only have power to control and restrain yourself. For example, if somebody come at you the wrong way and you begin to behave the same way they did, two wrongs don't make a right. I know you feel justified. Yeah, it is a human reaction, you hear me? Reaction to put something in check. But two wrongs don't make a right. And I know there's a lot of people, like I said, who will not tolerate anyone disrespecting them. In no way, shape, or form, because they have some kind of image to protect. They have a reputation to uphold. But when you start acting a fool to prove to somebody else who got under your skin you are not to be played with, it causes people to question your character, causes people to question your mental stability, causes people to question your emotional stability. When you begin acting a fool because somebody did something to you, said something the wrong way, or did something, or got under your skin. So I started off with a story. How this man just came out and started throwing rocks and cursing at this group of people. And according to this story, the man who was disrespecting that group and attacking that group, it was because something triggered him. And he was trying to get a reaction out the group. But it was one man in that group that did not allow or let that man who was cursing and throwing rocks at them, one man in that group, he didn't allow him to trigger him or provoke him to take him out of his character. But his friends, mainly one of them, was obviously triggered. That's the one who said, yo, don't let him disrespect you like that. You ain't going to disrespect us like that. Let me go over there and take him out, take his head off. I've learned it is not solely about what happens in life. It's mainly about how you and I respond to it. Stop being a reactor and be a responder. It's a learning process. It's going to come out of nowhere. You have to learn this. A responder thinks before they act. They weigh the consequences for their actions before they do anything. But a reactor is one who just jumps out there without thinking. They do what they do, say what they say, and they think afterwards, finding themselves dealing with some undesired consequences. How many times have you done that? How many times have people you know done that? How many times your loved ones do that? How many times you'll do that in relationship, in family, on the job? And when you do that, who turns out to be the bad guy? Who's gaslighted? Who do they flip the script on? Because you responded like any human being, a human response, but they started it or they triggered you. But who comes out to be the bad guy? When you choose to think before you act, that's being a responder, not just jumping out there and doing it and thinking afterwards, blacking out, redding out. Oh, I blacked out. Oh, I saw nothing but red. I don't know what happened. When you choose to think before you act, it gives you the necessary time to think things through. And that's very important because your life can depend on this. You can save your life. You can save your future. You can save somebody else if you just think things through. You don't have to let these things just go past you. Let things just happen. No, you think things through. How I'm going to intelligently deal with this. When you think before you act, it gives you time to make intelligent decisions so that you can avoid feeding into somebody else's drama or conflict or their arguments. According to the scriptures found in Galatians 5:22 and 23, this truth in the scriptures, one of the fruits of the Spirit is self-control. Self-control. And they say control somebody else is self-control. So you must learn how to stop allowing people to bait you and pull you into their storm and their emotional turmoil. Instead of allowing them to pull you into their storm, you maintain your peace. It takes work. It takes failing sometimes to get it right. It takes falling down and making mistakes sometimes to get it right. Don't happen overnight for everybody. In the Hosea, this is a book written by Maulana Karenga, the brother who have created Kwanzaa, was coming up, I think December 26th it starts. And in the book of Hosea, there's a compilation of ancient African scriptures, which are 3,000 to 4,000 years older than the Bible, the New Testament, Old Testament, and the Quran, anything. So therefore, if you want to get technical, God was speaking to our African people first. In the Hosea, there's in there a book called Amenemope. 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 Page 59, section 3. It instructs. Hear this and hear this good, brothers and sisters. Do not argue with the contentious, nor provoke them with words. Pause before those who interrupt you, and give way to those who verbally attack you. Sleep a night before speaking. For the unrestrained person is like a storm, which bursts forth like a flame in a pile of straw or dry straw. Stop letting people trigger you. There are a lot of miserable people out in this world, brothers. A lot of misery. And you hear what I said, misery loves company? You can find them on your job. You can find them in relationships. You can find them in marriages. You can find them in the home. You can find it in the community. You can find these miserable people in the schools. And because they feed off of drama and chaos, this is what they do. These kind of people, they wake up, that's what they do. They feed off of drama and chaos. So they every day intentionally seek out emotionally vulnerable people. They seek out weak and unstable individuals who they can easily bait into conflicts, easily provoke, easily trigger, easily emotionally control. I'm talking about these miserable people. They know exactly what buttons to push to get you riled up. You know it's called fighting dirty. You know exactly what to say. And people know exactly what to say to rile you up, to hurt you, to make you feel pain, to make you feel worthless, to make you feel valueless, to make you feel stupid. They know what buttons to press. They study you. They study you. These kind of people, these miserable people, these people who trigger, who lives off of this, who feeds off of it. No, they studied you. They know exactly what to say, exactly what to do to trigger you. And if you're that way, you know exactly what to say to whoever to trigger them. You know, you study them. My brothers and sisters, you and I must learn how to stop falling for all that. It's a game. It's a psychological game. It's a emotional game. You got to stop falling for that game. Because all it is a trap. It don't come out of nowhere. It's a trap with cheese on it, wanting to trap you like a rat or a mouse every time. So what do? Avoid the trap by any means necessary. Avoid the trap at all cost. Let me tell you something, my brothers and sisters. It takes two to tangle. It takes two to fight, fuss, and argue. It takes two people to keep things riled up, to keep throwing fuel in the fire. It takes two people. But if you restrain yourself, what it does, it exposes the drama maker. It exposes the trigger drama person. It exposes who they really are. It leaves them looking stupid. It leaves them looking crazy. Because check it out. They arguing, fussing, and fighting, and you restraining yourself. Don't that look kind of stupid? You can't fight with yourself. You can't argue with yourself. So stop letting people trigger you. Easy said, then done. Whenever you remain calm, my brothers and sisters, it don't make you a punk. It don't make you scared. It don't make you a chump. It don't make you weak. Actually, it makes you the stronger and bigger person. It shows that you have learned how to choose your battles wisely. Are you hearing me, brothers and sisters? It shows you have learned how to choose your battles wisely. And when you don't feed in, you don't let somebody trigger you. Like I said, they could trigger you. You can feel a lot of stuff, but don't react. We all get triggered. But when you react, that's too much. How they say, the young people say, you're doing too much. It'll trigger you, but they don't have to know it. You can catch feelings. They don't have to know it. It can be hurtful and painful, but they don't have to know it. What's that saying? Don't ever let them see you what? Sweat or cry or pout or break down or unravel or fall apart. When you stay calm, What you have done, brothers and sisters, you have set healthy boundaries for yourself, for others to respect. Ashe, that's part one. Stop letting people trigger you. I'll do part two tomorrow. I'm going to leave this because it's enough for you to think about, enough for you to feed off of and glean through, even have a conversation with someone else who needs this, or even examine yourself, because I know that you go through this, all of you. And I guarantee you, if not tonight, tomorrow, the next day, before this week is out, you're going to have to deal with exactly what I'm sharing. That's how the universe works. Once you hear something or give some instructions from the universe, or somebody will give you an inspired message, you're going to be tested. I guarantee you. If not tonight, before this week is out. Hit your brother up. All right? And let me know, bro, you right. My brothers and sisters, I thank you for tuning in. I thank you for listening. And I hope you got something out of it. I'll leave out of here as I came in with Hotep, which means peace, Amandala, which means power, power to the people. Have a great evening. I'll see you next time, if God permits, or the Creator permits, or if the universe permits. Peace.